Good afternoon, Shingai, and thank you for your time on the PM News Desk.
Good afternoon to you, Krishni.
Shingai, reports now coming in that nearly 20,000 employees have lost their jobs in the 3 weeks after that ruling. What can you tell us for sure? How rampant is the issue of companies firing workers willy-nilly?
Well, we haven't had any official figures yet from the Ministry of Labour. We had asked them that question, but clearly from the numbers, from what we've heard on the ground with the different companies, it is definitely close to that figure. What has been happening is that most companies have issued the 3 months notice to their permanent employees. At this stage, they really prefer to want to take on temporary staff, casual labor, and the Constitutional Court has given them the green light to do so. You'll know that in the past, the companies were required to, not really by law, but there was an understanding that companies would, in addition to retrenching their workers and laborious negotiation processes, that they would also give their employees a month's salary for every year worked. And so you have employees who've been working for about 20 years that would have expected to receive those kinds of settlements. But really at this stage, the whole sector is in disarray, or the business is in disarray because workers can now just, employers can now just give their employees a 3 months notice and pay them and dispose of them.
Shingai, we keep reading about Zimbabwe that's in the throes of a severe socio-economic crisis. Now it's coupled with massive job cuts. How bad is the economy really, and how is it impacting on the ordinary Zimbabwean on the street?
Well, we heard from the Minister of Finance in last week's midterm fiscal policy that the economy is expected to slow by half. They had estimated that it would grow by 3.1%. Now they're saying that it's going to go further down to 1.5%. At this stage, there's probably about 90% unemployment, and that means that only 10% of the working population is formally employed. What a lot of the companies and organizations representing them have said is that many of these people had lost their jobs a long time ago, because many of the companies simply had not been able to fire them, because they wouldn't have been able to pay out the packages. And so they just keep these workers on without paying them, or paying them half salary, or making them work half shifts. So really this has, to a lot of companies, been a blessing in disguise, because now at least they can afford to offload some of the redundant workers and at least use those monies to restart their companies.
Shingai, Heroes Day commemorations also on, but there are some who feel that these are becoming more meaningless, if you will, especially when one considers the little achievements that's been made in lifting or improving the socio-economic conditions of ordinary Zimbabweans. Do they have a point, Shingai? Well,
yes, that's what a lot of people are saying, including the opposition parties, who say that, especially with the new constitution, as the new constitution has not been implemented into law, and that Zimbabweans are still being denied their basic human right. But what we heard from President Robert Mugabe was a very upbeat message. He believes that things will get better, and that the country has implemented a program, an economic program called Zim Asset, and that this will turn matters around for the economy of the country. We also heard him saying that they are willing to listen to the concerns of investors, especially international investors who have concerns about doing business in the country. So really what we're starting to see perhaps is a change, a softening of the hardline stance within ZANU-PF about international investors. But really at this stage, things are very dire. A lot of people are losing their jobs, as you rightly point out, and there really is there is not a lot of hope for the future, even for the coming year.
Shingai Nyoka, our correspondent on the line to us from Harare in Zimbabwe. Moving on.